Hi class, this is Miss Khaleesi here. I just want to kind of show you a quick tour of D2L and everything that we're going to be using in this class. Now, most of you have probably used D2L quite a bit in the past, but since this is an online class, we're really going to be relying on it quite a bit in this class. So I just want to go through everything, show you where I've put things on D2L so you can find them easily later in the semester when you need them. First thing I want you to do is add a profile picture if you don't already have one. So you just do that by going up to your profile over here on the right and add a picture there. That'll help us get to know each other since we don't actually get to meet in person. And that'll make it easier to communicate. I can kind of keep track of people a little bit better if I've got a picture of you. So go ahead and do that first of all. Second of all, this is the home page. I'm viewing it as a student, so this is what yours should look like. Over here on the left-hand side, I've got a calendar with all of the due dates for the whole semester, so make sure you keep up with those and check those often. Then under content over here, this is everything that you're going to need for the course. So this is the syllabus here and all of the associated materials for the syllabus. So you can click on each file and it's going to show it to you here, and then you can also download it if you want the actual file on your computer. So here you can just look at it here, or you can download it down here to have it actually on your computer. So just to kind of go over the syllabus real quick while we're here, myself and my TA, who is Colin O'Leary over here, we will have virtual office hours. So mine will be Wednesdays from 12 to 2 in the D2L chat, and I'll show you where that is in just a second. And then his will be Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12 to 1 in the D2L chat. So let me just go over a couple things over the syllabus. This is your textbook that you're going to need, and you really do need it for this class since we're not meeting in person, we don't have lectures. All of the material is going to come from your textbook. So all the quizzes, any sort of assessments and assignments, that's all going to come from the textbook. So you really do need to buy it for this class. What you can expect from this class, it's completely 100% online. So if you have any questions, feel free to join that D2L chat for my office hours or Colin's office hours. If you would prefer a private meeting, we can meet in person either at the Stillwater OSU campus. We can set that up over email, or if you're not in Stillwater, we can meet during or via Skype or FaceTime, something like that, or just email me your question. I am pretty good about responding to emails, but late at night, I'll probably get to it the next day. Give me a couple business days to respond to those. I'm going to be pretty good about getting grades back. A lot of them are automatically done through D2L anyway, so that'll be instant, like with the quizzes. And then keep in mind, all of the due dates, this is really important, all of the due dates are calculated and they're due by Central Standard Time. So if you're not in Stillwater, make sure to note what time it is in Oklahoma when you're turning things in, because that's when the due date is. So if you're in Colorado, then make sure that you are turning them in by Oklahoma time, or else they'll be considered late, and I don't accept any late assignments. So make sure you check that. The basic things you need to do for this class, there's a syllabus quiz that is already up online, just to kind of go over the syllabus and make sure that you have everything, that you know what you're supposed to be doing. An introduction PowerPoint, just give me a little bit of information about yourself. Have fun with this, but keep it appropriate, of course. The discussion boards, we're just going to do this one time throughout the semester. There's a lot of people in this class, so a lot of discussion could get overwhelming. So we're just going to do it one time about mid-semester. Attendance just means logging on and participating in the D2L classroom and in the discussion boards. And then these quizzes. These quizzes are every week, so make sure that you do do them every week. They're over the reading. You can skip one, so if you can't get to it that week, if you do poorly on one, that lowest one will be dropped, whether it's your lowest grade or if you just didn't take it. Now keep in mind that each quiz for every week includes 2 actual quizzes. So there's one 10-point or 10 question 20-point quiz that most of those are fill in the blank or multiple choice, and then there's one essay quiz for every week. So those 2 together are the one quiz for each week. So make sure that you do both of those every week. Then your final assignment is a research paper, and all the instructions are here and posted under assignments on the other part of D2L, so make sure you check that out. And then research experience, this is SONA, so make sure you do that. If you haven't done SONA before, I've got a thing that teaches you how to sign up for SONA online. All of those can be online. If you are in Stillwater, you're welcome to do them in person. If not, then you can do them all online. I'm not sure why this is blacked out, but course grading, so the syllabus quiz is 5 points, if you can see that on there. The PowerPoint is 10 points, each weekly quiz is 25 points, your discussion post is 30, SONA participation is 30 points, and then your final paper is 100 points. So that's 500 total, and I grade a 90 as an A. So the rest of this, I've got the schedule here, so make sure you keep this, print it off, hang it by your bedside, something, so that you have this always where you can find it. This is all of the due dates, everything that's assigned, your weekly readings, and everything that's due and when, over here in this right hand column. So make sure you know this schedule and keep track of this schedule. Then I just have some other extra guidelines towards the end here. Okay, so go back to syllabus. There's some other things, how to email your professor, just how to be kind of professional in your emails and in your communication with me and my TA. It's just some good reminders there. Okay, I'm going to go over here to assignments. This section has everything that we're going to be doing in this class, kind of instructions for each assignment that we're going to be doing. So here's the introduction PowerPoint instructions. So if I click on that, it comes up, and again, you can download this if you want to have it, otherwise you can just look at it on here. So this just gives you all of what I'm expecting for these assignments, and then a grading criteria, a little rubric down at the bottom. So each thing that we're going to be doing throughout the semester will have an instruction sheet that goes along with it. So make sure when you do your assignments that you look at those first. Now it's very similar, a lot of it's redundant to what's in the syllabus, but I've added a little more detail into these instruction sheets. So again, quizzes has instructions, the discussion board, here's SONA and how to sign up for it, and some SONA alternatives, and then the research paper. You can look at all of these APA references, because your writing will have to be in APA format. So here's all of the APA references. When you actually do write the paper, use this APA formatting template. It is an already formatted Word document that has everything that I'm looking for in an APA document. So just use that, and you won't have to worry too much about formatting in APA. Okay, then each week I have, so this will have intro PowerPoint instructions, since that's really all you need to do for this first week. Week 2, these will all start when it's that week. So these modules will all only be available during those weeks. Now you can go backwards, but you can't go forward. So during week 2, you can still look at week 1's materials, but not vice versa. So you can't look at week 2 until August 23rd. And this is just going to have PowerPoints, videos that I want you to watch that you might be quizzed over, and assignment sheets for any sort of assignments that are going to be due that week. I'll also post little videos, just kind of announcements and reminders each week under these modules over here on the left. Okay, that's all under content. Checklist up here, this is just for your benefit. It's not anything that I'm going to be checking or grading really, but it's just kind of to help you be organized in this class. So you can just check these things off. It says when they're due and what they are. And so you can just check them off whenever you've done them, and keep track of that for yourself. Okay, under discussions, we're going to use this twice. So the introduction PowerPoint, I'd like you to add something here. You upload your PowerPoint to this, and then you can respond and reply to other people's PowerPoints. And then the discussion options, we're just going to do one discussion, but I'll give you two options, so you only have to pick one. And you just click on it here. I'll start a new thread when it's closer to the time, and then you just respond to that thread, and you can reply to other people's responses. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. You just kind of have to mess with it a little bit. Okay, then Dropbox. This, I haven't created any folders yet, but there will be when it gets a little bit closer to the time. You're going to put your final research papers in here. So this is going to go through Turnitin.com for the plagiarism detection. And you can see that percentage, so make sure you check that before you upload it to Turnitin. You can check that plagiarism percentage, and you can see exactly what's highlighted if it is a little too high. Now 15% is kind of my rule, so if it's anything over 15%, then we usually have to have some sort of discussion about it. So, but I'm going to let you see those percentages so that you can fix it and change it before you actually turn it in. But you have to do that soon, like not just an hour before the deadline, because that takes a little bit of time to do. So make sure you check that, and again, I'll have folders set up here a little bit later in the semester. Okay, quizzes. This, your quizzes are all going to be listed here throughout the semester, and again, they're time released. So this syllabus quiz starts on August 17th. Quiz 1 is going to start on August 23rd, and so on and so forth. And again, make sure that you do Quiz 1 and Quiz 1 essay. Both of those together equal the first week's quiz. So you just click on these, and it'll give you question by question. You have 2 hours. Once you start the quiz, once you open it, you have 2 hours to complete the quiz. So make sure that you've set enough time. It shouldn't take you 2 hours, but make sure that you have set enough time to do it all in one setting, because then if you start it and try to come back the next day, it's going to be closed and it's done. Alright, so class list is here if you need to email anyone. Groups, we're actually not going to use that. Grades are here if you need to do that. It will go through each of your grades and then give you a final grade. And then the chat here at the end, this is the virtual office hours where Colin and I will both be during our scheduled office times. And so you just like any chat room, you just type your message in here and it'll pop up. Now know that this is public, so everyone in the class can see it, but if you have a question, it's likely that someone else in the class might have a question too, so it might be good to post your questions on here, and then I can respond, and other people that might have those questions will benefit from that as well. Okay, so that's just kind of a little tour of D2L and what we're going to be using on D2L for this class. So if you have any questions over this, just let me know. I hope this was helpful.